kind of like the flu over the weekend, and now it just feels like the congestion won't go away. So, and whenever I eat anything, I just start coughing more. It's ridiculous. I can't seem to just clear it out.
You didn't just get
Huh.
off a cruise ship, did you?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
Too soon?
Too soon. Too soon.
You're like, too soon and it's live.
Yeah, yeah, we are live.
It's all right.
So here's I'm going like to the YouTube editor thing to get the link for everybody. It's like, is this made for kids? Absolutely not. Absolutely. This is not made for children.
Only meant
We
for
do not
cool
condone
kids.
Like the warning in Dave
Oh, let
Chappelle.
me send it out real quick and we'll get this
Right.
going.
Better not bring your kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
clear my way. There we go.
I didn't catch the whole show on Tuesday. I caught parts of it. I did want to ask you. I sent it in the chat to me when you first sent that thing to me, but that's the that's the company making the masterpiece type Transformers now, right? Like the Waspinator that you sent me.
Oh, I didn't list the company though, did I? I don't remember.
No, but it didn't look like the one that made like Optimus and Dinobot. Like they were in the picture, but it wasn't the same company, is my understanding.
Yeah, just the Waspinator is his own, like whatever that company is their own thing. It's kind of like I gotta look and see who's actually doing it, but it reminds me of that, like that again. I'm gonna preach Bingo Toys, man. It kind of reminds me of that Bingo Toys quality. Um, I definitely would like to hook onto a couple of them because I got a feeling that's something that would move real fast at a show.
Yeah.
Cool piece though. I'll get you more information as I get it.
I got my race
Right.
stance.
Apparently my internet's being shitty. So
Oh,
I got my race stance yesterday from Mondo, and that was cool. So now I got all four.
oh, cool.
Makes it makes me more frustrated that I forgot to order the Janine, which is stupid because I didn't need it. But it's kind of like, well, I got the four Ghostbusters. I feel dumb not having Janine.
Is that the real Ghostbusters line, you guys? You bought it too, didn't you, Chris?
yeah.
Yeah. They're all 1/6 scale, whatever you just said.
1/12.
1/12. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, there's six
You're cutting out bad now, Chris. We can't even hear
inch.
you.
The internet's a little wonky. It's a little funky with a capital Onky. So did Mondo make a an Ecto?
Internet.
No. I think it'd be cool if they did. It'd be expensive
No?
as hell, but if they style it after like the actual cartoon look to go with the figures, I think it'd be amazing.
So they're 1/12 scale, so they fit in the Blitzway, right?
Yeah, I mean the Blitzway is 1/6 scale. So the 1/12 is 6 inch, and the Blitzway is 12 inch.
But the figures they made for it aren't 12 inches tall, right?
Yes,
Oh,
the Blitzway Ghostbuster figures are 1/6 scale. And Ecto One
no.
is supposed to be 1/6 scale.
Gotcha.
The Mattel, not Mattel, damn it, the Hasbro HasLab, Ecto One is 1/12 scale.
So the Mondos would actually fit in there if it was cartoony.
Yes.
Chris, you doing better?
All right. This is gonna be a fucking wonderful night. Okay.
Maybe log out and log back in
Apparently
because you were
the
totally fine when we first got on. Maybe restart.
fucking
I don't know.
bullshit. I'll be back.
Okay, we'll be here.
I'll be back.
We're not queer, but we're close. Get used to it. Yeah. So it's a fucking Thursday, huh?
Yeah.
You been to work this week?
Yeah.
Ugh. God, with a cold.
Yep.
It's one of those things where the kids are asking questions. And you're like, just sit down and do something I'm telling you to do.
Things happen. I don't know what it is. I think when I went as a chaperone on my daughter's field trip last Thursday, that must have been what happened. Because um, Friday in the afternoon, I started not feeling well. It got worse as we moved into the evening. I started running a fever. I ran a fever all day Saturday. Um, Slept most of the day. Sunday, I didn't have a fever anymore, but I also wasn't feeling great. Wasn't feeling great Monday, and like I said before the thing went live, I can't seem to shake all the congestion, so I can barely hear, right? Because I got all that ear congestion, but also like all the congestion in the front of my face is just terrible.
That sucks, dude. That's one of those things where it's like it's uncomfortable to just be awake, and then it's uncomfortable to try to sleep, and it's like everything's uncomfortable. You just
Yeah,
can't take enough to make you sleepy.
that's what I was telling my wife. She's like, "You're not really eating much," and I said, "Because eating is terrible right now, right? Every time you try to take a mouthful of food, that congestion's just there. You're getting it from your nose, you're getting it from your throat. It's just you can't draw a breath. It's terrible."
That sucks, man. I feel for you. I knock on wood, I don't get sick very often.
I don't either.
But it's one of those things like the way you are right now. When I do, it takes my ass out.
Yep. And so it's just kind of one of those things. And I talked to Chris a little bit Tuesday, and I was like, I wanted to try to make it, but every time I was trying to talk to my wife to see if I could do it, I just started choking. So it's like I'm not going to get on there to choke. But also watch this movie, and I don't want to have watched this movie for no goddamn reason.
Well, hopefully you have something good to say about it, but we'll get to there.
Yeah.
So we had a great time Tuesday night. I didn't expect Travis to be able to get on. We were talking about Motu because of something I had seen, and then something I had shared to. I don't know if you watched it. I shared it to collectors, the origin of Trapjaw.
No, I did not watch that. I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
Listen, man, watch it. It's pretty rad. And then the story, well, the story of Skeletor, right? Like a fan made story, basically. And then I had messaged Travis and said, "Hey, we're talking Motu," and I asked him a question about something, and we were just talking back and forth. They said, "Are you free?" And he goes, "What, like to talk?" And I was like, "Well, we're live. Can you jump on?" And he goes, "Well, I can't do any video." I said, "That's cool." And he jumped on. Dude, he was with us all the way through the end.
I saw the last, I kept jumping in and out, but I did watch the last 20 minutes consistently.
Yeah, and then we logged off and we were talking to him offline too. So
here, there's something I was going to send to you earlier today, and I forgot, and I'll forget again. So I'm just going to share the screen and show you. I don't know if you saw this. This is the company that I buy a lot of my shirts from. Their Masters of the Universe line came out today. I thought you might be interested in this stuff.
I don't ever wear those kind of shirts. They look cool. I just can't ever pull them off, truthfully.
But I mean,
they have other T-shirts too.
Yeah, this one is definitely you, man. The frickin' figures,
that's pretty cool.
I saw that one. I'm like, all right, Tony needs this shirt because it's awesome. But yeah, they got other stuff too.
Shorts.
Skeletor shorts, Skeletor hat.
$50 for a pair of shorts, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worse than what do you call it? Like TeePublic and stuff.
I mean, listen, this company is not cheap, but their quality is very high. So
one of those you get what you pay for kind of things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
As long as you take care of it, it's gonna last. It doesn't shrink in the washing machine. It doesn't fade. It's really well made. But that shirt that had all the frickin' original He-Man figures on it, that's definitely something you should get and wear it at a show.
It's pretty cool looking. I don't know. I don't know if I could pull it off, but it's pretty rad either way. I like the toys on it. That's pretty cool.
Years ago, I bought Chris one of the T-shirts that they did for Toy Story. and because I don't know if you remember the part of the movie where they go to Pizza Planet.
Yeah.
And like the
All right.
alien heads were leaking the acid. It was like a drink. The shirt that I got for Chris was those 3 alien heads leaking the acid. And I when I saw it, I was like, I got to get this shit for Chris. I don't know if he still has it or
Yeah, I got it.
if he's got it, he remembers it. But that shirt, when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I got to do this.
All right, so that was fucking stupid. My computer was like, oh, we need to run updates, so we're not going to let you have real internet access. And
yeah, you look great now.
Great. That's why you married me. So, have we done an intro yet? Did you guys do anything while I was gone?
We were just talking about stuff.
All right, cool.
I showed Tony some stuff.
Well, welcome to Collector's Hideout, the podcast where we get together, talk shit about random different topics every week, just to get away from the real world of all the bullshit going on, just to get some normalcy and peace. Tonight we're actually doing one of our monthly watches episodes, and we are diving into the movie Frankenstein. Came out last year, 2025. Tony's been raving, wants it. We're in. We obliged to Tony. So first, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Tony, thanks for stopping in for your movie selection. Unlike that damn Cuban guy, picked the fucking movie and didn't show up. So, how you doing, Tony, Mr. Shellhead?
I'm great, man. Feeling very good.
Awesome, man. And Psycho, thanks for being here. I know you're feeling pretty fucking shitty, but thanks.
Yep. Gonna do
that's the way to do it. And he might die. If he does, he'll just cancel out, and it'll be that. Wife will be rich, but he'll be gone. So let's talk Frankenstein. Now, Tony sold this movie as this movie's amazing. It's a great story. It's a great adaptation. It's not about Victor. It doesn't focus on Victor. It's about the monster. It focuses heavy on the monster. Well, the first hour and a half of that movie begs to differ. That was all Victor.
I'm definitely going to let you run with this until I'm ready to interject, because I will disagree with all of it, and I will tell you why after, but go ahead.
You can disagree, but the fact that it's called Victor's Tale, and it's all from the point of view of Victor and his story of his childhood, how he came to be who he was, the creation process. Now, the movie, from my viewing, I had to watch like 3/4 of it last night. I had to finish it today. I enjoyed it. I don't not like it. I was just told Victor's not the focus. It's the goddamn monster. Wrong. But we'll go for the beginning, though. We'll start there. That's fine.
Sure.
The opening scene, the monster fucking attacking the ship and or the creature, and then fucking trying to push that bitch. Like, that whole scene was amazing. That was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of that. No? Okay, cool. So we'll move on to the next part.
He's the one who's going to have to interject, because I love the movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, so I want to echo a couple of the things that Chris said. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. I think that if I give it a second watch, which I probably will do, I will understand things a little bit better, because with all the being sick, I know I missed some of the conversation because I couldn't turn it up loud last night because Evangeline was asleep and my wife was asleep, and I was trying to hear it, and I know I missed things. I did like it. I think, and I said this to Chris through text message earlier today, I think my issue with the movie is, one, that I was sick watching it, but two, I feel like it suffered a little bit from an oversell, right? Because you loved the movie so much, I walked into it thinking it was going to be like this ground-breaking, monumental shifting experience, and it wasn't. And that's not to say that the movie was bad or lacking or anything of that nature. I guess I was just expecting something more, right? But it was good. I had little nitpick problems with it. I enjoyed that it was separated into part 1 and part 2. I like that. I like that there was a clear vision for each part. And obviously with the Del Toro movie, it was beautifully filmed and beautifully planned and plotted, and the pacing was great. Um, it's stupid things that bothered me. Um, like God, what's the name of that character in the movie? His name was Hendrickson, I think it was. It was Christoph Waltz, right? I hated the whole let's like hide or pretend his motive. I think that kind of thing is stupid, right? Like when it's like, oh, well, I have one request, like one thing that has to be done for me to do this stuff for you. You know it's going to be nefarious. Like, why are we hiding it? I thought that was a juvenile decision to make. It would have just been better to put that right out in front. Yeah, hey, I'm dying. What I'm doing for you is going to be to save my life. I guess I didn't understand the importance of trying to hide that and then bring it up later like it's this thing that was going to shock everybody. I would have been shocked if he's like, oh, the catch is that I would have to give you double the money, right? Like something that wasn't I'm dying, save me.
So that, I mean, we're going to jump around like that. So when the whole conversation was being had about the deal, right? And the way he did it, I was like, yeah, I've seen this in 100 movies. He's going to want to figure out a way to weaponize he wants something that's going to be fucking like just wrong. So I wasn't expecting a twist of, oh, I'm dying. I want to be kind of put into the body so I can live longer. I was like, okay, well, at least it wasn't like a trying to take over the world type of like, hey, take the money and I'm going to do this. Like, okay. I wasn't expecting that part of it. But
yeah,
the whole time I was like, oh, what's going to wind up being the twist of why this guy was all good with it? Yeah. Like, take my daughter, take my money. Like, all right. He wants his soul or something.
Shit, I'd have taken the daughter.
For me, I guess it was just like I said, you knew something nefarious was there. So the trying to hide it, I thought was kind of ridiculous. And then the death scene, I don't know. I mean, could it have gone any other way than that? Like, we knew that was going to happen with that character, that there was going to be a fight, something was going to happen, he was going to die, it had to be set in motion. I mean,
hell of a way to go, though. Fall down the tube.
So I liked, first of all, I like the explanation where he's talking about, it's like, oh, you have the syphilis. And so he's explaining what's going to happen, and he goes, eventually I'll scream until the brains come out of my head and blah, blah, blah. And then ironically, in the next scene, he's falling down the tube. And I love when Victor picks him up and you see the back of his head's gone and the brains are all over the ground.
Yep.
I love
and he screamed his way down too.
Yeah. They spared no, in my opinion, they spared no cinematography there. They could have just had him dead laying on the ground with some blood, but they took the time to show everything. And I appreciate the movie, and I don't want to call it gore factor because it's not, right? But I don't find it to be gore factor.
It's gory.
So no, so maybe I'll give it this. Hold on, because you're the gore factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not gore factor like Saw is gore. Like Saw is gore porn, right?
Right.
This isn't that, but I feel like the gore that was used appropriately for what they were doing and showing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't over gratuitous. It just, like, it's definitely there, but I don't think you could tell the story without it.
No, it'd be weird.
Right. So I agree. So, like, I was actually talking with Rebel Girl this morning about it. And, we were talking about, like, of all the Frankenstein adaptations been out there, all the ones I've ever seen, now, obviously, we're talking about, this is later in life. And so it's a later adaptation. And so, like, cinema and all that kind of stuff. And what do you want to say? Artistic freedoms and all that. I'm trying to find the word for it. But basically, we're allowed to do things we didn't do years ago, other than maybe Saw. That would be acceptable in cinema. And so you're talking about cutting somebody up and then he's going to start sewing these people back together. that whole transition for where he's cutting the bodies up and then they show him piecing other bodies together. I mean, right down to like they're showing putting the eye in and all that kind of stuff. Everything was so well done. And so for me, at least, at no point did I feel like that wasn't really happening to like in the screen. Like I didn't see anything where I'm like, oh, he's holding a rubber foot. You know what I mean? Or everything was very, very realistic and very well done for me. And that for me sold a lot because I've watched all kinds of Frankenstein movies. We never get that, in my opinion, we never get that dark and but realistic grit as to how the monster's made. You know, even in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I mean, in the 90s, you know, it was, I don't know, it was, for me, it was weak at best. It was good for the time, but it was weak at best kind of movie. And then they went, I think they went the perfect kind of far with this. Like, you know, the monster, even after he's alive, like the whole, you know, the way Victor's treating him and the way Victor's handling him, like all of it was just done so damn well. And the only thing I have the entire movie that I was like, really, was the super healing. How he could heal so quickly from everything. You follow me?
He wasn't Wolverine?
I'm saying, like, that's like the thing I kept getting from him. I'm like, okay, I get it, but it's a little, I guess it's the Del Toro twist, right? So it was just a little bit more than I wanted. I could have handled fast healing, but not in the regards of, like, you want to put it, damn near Deadpool. The way he's just like, I cut my hand, and 2 seconds later he's fine.
So,
you know,
I mean, did they actually show him heal though? He just continued moving, right?
No, he did heal because
did they show, like, you know, like when Wolverine gets hit, you see the bullet pop out of his skin? Like, did they show a heal? I don't remember seeing like an actual.
It's all healing. It's over time. They don't physically show it just happening right then. Okay. But like his hand cut, and then like a minute later, he's like, "Oh, the hand it's healing," you know, and then or the wound is cauterized or whatever, it's starting to heal. But then there's the where he gets shot in the head by the farmers, and then he gets shot in the neck,
and he dies.
He actually dies, and then he comes back. So the healing, like he heals, his body heals itself and brings itself back to life.
You got to remember though, in that scene, he even says he doesn't know how long he was dead for. He may have been dead for days while the body redid everything. Right? He specifically said that. But like, did he? I don't recall him ever showing pain, right? Like, he doesn't show any pain. He gets hit, like he gets hit by a bullet, he reacts, but he doesn't like scream in pain.
I don't know that it's so much pain or it's so much like surprise. Like when the farmer stuck the damn sickle or whatever they're called, like a wheat sickle.
Right.
Like, stuck it into him, and he kept whimpering as he's walking away, like, oh shit, like almost like he doesn't know how to interpret the pain.
So that's one of those things that makes me wonder, because like, just going by the idea of horror things in general, but the idea of a zombie, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you see these zombie movies, usually the zombies have what they call super strength, even though they're dead. And the idea is that zombies don't have super strength. They don't register pain that would prevent us from doing something more, where our body's like, oh, that hurts, we have to stop. Zombies don't have that, so they can like tear through flesh, right? Because they don't have the pain signals to tell them to stop doing that, because it's going to hurt their muscles. Where Frankenstein, to me, would be in the same boat. He wouldn't feel that pain. That's why he could push a boat. His muscles are probably like, oh, we're going to tear, but he doesn't register that. So he can use more strength than normal. It's not super strength, but I don't feel pain, so I can do whatever I want.
I don't know. I didn't read it like that. I read it. Excuse me.
Because there's always needs to have super strength then.
I read it that he was stronger than normal. Right? I mean, it just, and you're right, there's really no reason for it to happen, but Frankenstein has always been depicted as having more strength. And it just, I never read it as maybe it wasn't pain receptors. I just thought the things that he was doing, for some reason, he's stronger. Maybe it was the reanimation process, maybe the lightning, like, who knows? But I read it as abnormal strength.
Well, I mean, I guess because growing up, I always assumed that, because he's the monster, right? He's the creature. He's going to be stronger. But like I said, with the way these shows that talk about zombies, and I like that makes sense why zombies can rip through somebody. They don't have super strength. Why they can push through stuff, they just don't have pain receptors. So they can do more than what your body allows you to normally do. So that could be why, Frankenstein's monster has the same type of abnormal strength. He's not, generally he's not lifting a car over his head, even though this one probably could. He puts that fucking boat, but like he's stronger, but not like fucking Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that makes sense. Maybe that's what Frankenstein's thing is too, because he can't fucking feel that pain. And this guy's getting blasted in the fucking arm and shit, chest with a gun, and he's just like walking it off. Like, all right, he just doesn't feel it.
The only time you hear him talk about any kind of true feeling, and I think it's when he came back to life after being shot, if that's the scene, if I remember correctly, or he's walking in the Arctic, but I think it's when after he wakes back up, and he says something about the cold stings my lungs, or I feel the stinging of the cold air in my lungs, or whatever. Right. And so that I feel like that's the first time you really, identify whether or not he feels anything, like physically, I guess you could say, because I mean, the dog's barking him, and what about a deadite?
What's going on, Gustavo? Thanks for hopping in, but I have no idea what about a deadite. That has nothing to do with this.
I thought it said dead light for a minute. I had to read it twice. But yeah, so I think one of my favorite scenes, it's so stupid, but it's where he has the dynamite. I thought that was cool as shit, man. I mean, and he's absolutely, I don't think at any point would the monster ever have killed Victor. That was never the intention. Right. I think he wanted him. I think he wanted him to feel or suffer or be some type of way, but I don't think he ever would have killed him because there's too much of that father creator kind of thing. Which has happened in really every Frankenstein movie, with the exception of, the original 30s, 31 or whatever it was, or 34, maybe it was 34, but because that was just what it was. The older ones were more from, the silent film, the Mary Shelley adaptation, where the monster's just a nut, and Frankenstein makes him, and he longs for companionship, but ultimately he just wants to hurt everybody. He's a monster. We got to treat it like a monster.
Gustavo is smoking something good.
Zombie-like and not super strong.
First of all, deadites are demons. They're not zombie-likes. They possess bodies, and they fucking throw. Never mind. We're not getting into that. This is a whole different conversation.
I thought those were Dolomites.
What?
I don't know.
So, like I said, in the beginning of when we got on the topic, my issue really at first, because I went into this movie by your words, right? Because I hadn't watched the trailer for it, just what you'd said. So when I'm sitting there and you're like, oh, it's not Victor focused, it's monster focused, I'm like, yo, I'm in. So when I start this movie and it starts off with fucking the creature out there fucking causing chaos and fucking trying to tip this boat over, I'm like, yo, this awesome. It's like when you watch a Spider-Man movie and you don't have to watch Uncle Ben die and see where the origins are, right? Like we're already in Spider-Man. So cool. We got creature already. We're in. And then like they're on a boat and he's like, oh, Victor. I'm like, okay, there's Victor. Cool. Let's murk him. Let's continue this story. Whatever we got to do. And then it's like Victor's tail. I'm like, God damn it. I thought this wasn't going to be Victor focused, right? But
you say
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything. Like I enjoyed it all. I just was hoping just for straight monster. And then correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys don't agree. Obviously, it's two different parts. You have Victor's tail and then you have the creature's tail.
Yeah.
Feels like two completely different movies. Right? So when you have Victor's tale, it's obviously his life, but like Tony said, it's the building, the creation process of the creature, the gore, the graphics, like the scene when he's in the first scene you see with all the gore, when he's in that the conference or whatever, he's got the
science room or whatever. Yeah,
he's got the quarter body up there. That looked amazing. That whole scene, that was fucking awesome. Then a little later, you see when he's got like the body stapled down in chains, bent over, and he first animates that. That was awesome. And even when the girl comes in and sees it, like they're looking at like the spine and everything, that looked amazing, right? Like those, like the gore, but the visuals were fucking beautiful and they fit the whole story. I had no issue there. I just wasn't there for fucking Victor, but I understood what they were doing. But then I enjoyed the monster side because that brought me more of what I was expecting from your words, was the creature's tale. Him fighting the fucking werewolves. Him fucking going through and like all these other things that he was doing. That I'm like, this was like not a great example, like a creature feature. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm here, fucking the monster doing monster fucking things. Because I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, is it a horror movie? It wasn't a horror movie, right? But that's what I was kind of expecting. Like, oh, it's monster focused. I'm like, fuck yeah. Frankenstein is a horror movie? I'm in. Enjoyed the fuck out of it.
I think okay. So maybe I went deeper with it because my thought process was all you had for Victor. Say all you had, but all I had to focus on. Well, I'm just saying, all I had to focus on the childhood thing didn't go on for that long. I watched the movie like 3 times. I just don't feel like the childhood thing was that long of a process. But I think like with the monster, even though it was still supposed to be Victor, as soon as the monster was alive, that was done for me. Now everything was about the monster and his journey. After that, it didn't matter with Victor because don't give me those weird fucking eyes and that eyebrow shit already. So even though Victor's downstairs and he's talking to the monster and he's trying to do all these things to the monster and what have you, and for me at that point it was monster focused because the monster wasn't written or acting like any other monster and any other Frankenstein we've seen. So it was very, in my opinion, it's much deeper and much more artistic. Like the monster, when he looks in the mirror, okay, when he's just sitting there and Victor's like cutting his hair, whatever, and you see the monster like look over to the mirror, you can see in the dude's eyes, it's much deeper than just a monster's looking into the fucking mirror.
Right, but like, you gotta remember, Tony, that was like an hour and 15 into it already.
It's a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah. Right. I'm saying, but when you have a whole hour and 20 that has no the building of the monster, the creation of the monster, like I said, which is great. But once the monster comes to life, within 15 minutes, now they're in the monster's tail, right? Because after that, the monster's alive. Then he can't learn. He tries to fucking burn him down. Then he regrets trying to burn him down and gets blown the fuck up out of the house, right? And then after that, it becomes, oh, now this is my tale of what happened after that for the monster. So it's like there's a good hour and 15 minutes that led up to before there was the monster being alive. It was the process of getting there. It was the build to it. But
I don't know that I agree with what you said either, Tony, about as soon as the monster is alive, it becomes the monster's kind of like movie.
Because it's still about
I think that part at the end of Victor's tale, right, where you see Victor's interaction with the monster and then the resentment, and then like Chris said, he tries to kill him. I think that's very important for the character development of Victor because essentially he turned into his father. The way his father treated him in the beginning of the movie when he was a kid, right? Like the mother died, I think, while she was giving birth to the younger brother.
I thought she had a miscarriage.
No, she died giving birth to the younger brother, and then the younger brother became the favorite of the father.
Hold on, just real quick, because when I was watching with Melissa, I was like, you know what? I don't know, because obviously there would have been a time lapse, and I think I may have missed it, right? Because I saw obviously when the mother went into labor or whatever, I thought she had a miscarriage because of all the blood, right? And then they show the next time I really remember paying attention, I was like, all right, the boy, but he's laying in bed next to the brother. But they already had the scene with like the father and I'm gonna do this, whatever. I was like, okay, that's an older kid. I'm like, oh, either they did a time jump and I just didn't catch it, or there's a third another brother, and then like the baby brother was died with the mother. You know what I'm saying? Like there was just another brother.
No, it's
But
just
that was the baby.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
I assumed it was the time jump, but like, and then the father, that was another part that bothered me. Right, like it didn't make sense that the father would then favor the baby who killed the mother and like turn against Victor. Like normally in that situation, if the father missed the mother that much, you would think that he would be blaming the one who caused the death of the mother. Like that dynamic in my mind like didn't make sense because you don't see that very often. But regardless of that, right? Like Victor then became the one who was constantly ridiculed and mistreated and abused, and his whole thing was to kind of rise above that, but then he becomes that, and I think that that's where the remorse comes from, like because he's determined, but then when he hears the monster calling, right, I think what he began to realize was that it he turned into his father, right, like I'm the one doing this. It had been done to me, and I resented it and I hated it, and all this, and now I'm doing it.
The real dick move was, you better say another word or I'm gonna kill you. And he's just like, yeah. And he's like, Elizabeth. And he's like, no, you're still gonna die. like, bro, he said another word, you asshole. He fucking did it.
They should have stopped it. The monster's like, seriously?
Oh man.
So one of my thought process, I want to say my understanding, because I was looking at it one of two ways, because when Victor talks about his father, he's like, he hated us, he hated this because of he called it our raven black hair, right? And so my thought process was that Victor was initially a bastard child and maybe was not his actual son, and it was just a boy that she had, like it was her son, and he married her. And I forget how they explain that he married for a reason I don't remember, but then she finally bore his son, and that's why he only showed favoritism toward the younger one and not to Victor.
I might have missed that. I don't know. Like, I didn't hear that, but again,
I mean, it's possible because like even before she died, he wasn't like nice to Victor, right? He was still being an asshole, like,
but not to the extent that he was afterwards.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at that point, like he's already a dick. It's not like they were all family lovey-dovey and then he became a dick. Like he was already a dick. It's very believable that he just become more of a dick now that his wife's dead and he's upset. You know what I mean? Like that. But also, like you said, anytime this happens in other movies, it's always the child who survived the birth that killed the mother is usually the one who's sent out.
And they look nothing alike. There wasn't even, in my opinion, they didn't cast for similarity, like facial features.
Oh, yeah, not at all.
Yeah, they look totally different. So that, again, brought me back to, I'm pretty sure that what they were explaining in the beginning was that he's a bastard child, that he's not actually his son.
Very well could have been.
That's why he doesn't like him. You don't even have my same color hair. You don't have my same color eyes. Like, you don't look like me.
Now, something that I didn't like, just because I was like, I understand for the story what they were trying to do and how the push along what they were doing, but trying to do the whole make it seem like he was going to try and take his brother's wife, like they were trying to build a romantic connection there.
Yeah,
and then she kind of breaks it off, and eventually it's like, oh, she's actually romantically interested in the fucking monster. And it's like, oh my God, because the monster was obviously showing feelings towards her. Like it turned into this fucking love triangle that the fucking brother had no idea was even going on. Poor guy.
I didn't get the love vibe. I didn't get a love vibe. What I got was an understanding, because she likes, bugs, and she likes, dark things and what have you. So I think
he tried to make a move on her. Victor tried to kiss her, and she.
No, I'm talking about the monster.
Talking about the creature.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm like, what? No, I think the creature. I think the whole thing with the creature was she was kind to him, and so he. Okay, all right.
No, I'm sorry. So go ahead. My bad.
So
You're wrong.
Okay. I don't think it was like that. I think it was a kindness thing, because there's plenty of other characters that he was reacting the same way to, because they were kind to him, and and she never at once she didn't like scream when she saw him, or she didn't like try to get away from him or whatever. She actually felt sorry for him. Why is he chained? Why is he there? Why is he this? I don't think it was anything more than he was he reacted the way she was acting towards him. And that's and when he meets her again, it's the same thing where she's like, it's a person, he's a person, he's a living thing, he's not an animal, Victor, and she's trying to defend that. And he's sitting here like probably just like, not saying it, but being like, thank you, you're standing up for me and I appreciate that, and blah blah blah, as best he can. That's why when he shoots her, he picks her up like, you guys don't deserve her, and then takes her away, because he appreciates her, and then she dies. Dude.
So
Del Toro, they could have done anything if they wanted that to be a thing.
Well, no, I don't think it was necessarily they wanted to have a fucking like actual fucking sex scene between them, right? But when you have
Frank and Dawn, somebody had to say it.
So in the earlier when she first meets him, the way he looks at her, it could be, oh, she's not treating me like a bastard, right, or like a monster. It could be that, but then the imagery of the way she cherishes him and she wants to go back, right? You can say, oh, she just cared because she likes animals, she cares about him as a person, that he's not a creature, and she sees that we shouldn't kill him. Okay. But then when it comes to the scene when she's at her wedding, she gets shot, whispers to him, take me with you. He carries her out like a husband carries his bride over a threshold, right? Of their after they're married, they break the threshold, they carry him over. And then the whole scene where they're talking, and she's like, this is where I want to die, with your eyes gazing upon me. I didn't want to be anywhere else. After meeting you, I realized I need to be like, what she was saying very much seemed like she had an infatuation with the monster. And that's where she felt she belonged, was with him. Not just say, oh, we're friends, we both like dead bugs. Like,
okay, you're oversimplifying. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think
you don't agree that he carried her out like a groom.
No.
There's a lot of symbolism there.
I got it. What's he gonna do? Jump out the window?
But he could have fucking just left her there to die. He carried her out because the Bride of Frankenstein is a thing. Just it is a thing. And he carried her out like a bride, and everybody just stands there like, oh my god, he's taking her. Hundreds of people, nobody tries to fucking help. There wasn't a goddamn doctor in the house that could have saved her. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, probably not. I mean,
especially also knowing that
the 70s, man, they couldn't do that shit back then.
And also knowing that the creature went there, a monster went there to Victor for a companion. That's what he wanted. Make me a companion. And the whole, no, I can't do that. I'm not going to make another, whatever, that whole part. Then she dies, and he's like, well, take me with you. I'm going to take her. Like, I've now got my companion that he then loses, right? But, like, I mean, it's very love.
I don't know. I won't side with you on that one. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't think that was the intent. If that was the perception as you're watching it, then maybe, but I don't think that was the intent for there be anything romantic there. I think it was more, love.
He could have just thrown her over his shoulder like fucking Shrek carries Fiona. Like,
but he's not. But that's the thing.
Let's go.
They didn't write his monster that way. Like his compassionate side, I guess you could say, was not written to be like animalistic. Like, let me throw over my shoulder. Let me this. Let me that. Like the scenes where he's compassionate, he truly is. He's fucking emo is what it is. He's emo as shit about the way he handles himself until somebody steps in and is like, hey, motherfucker. And then he's like, okay, well, I can kill you. But otherwise, he's very compassionate, I think, about what's going on around him and what's happening. It's childlike. And he only indulges in the rage because Victor continues to push that. Vic, I 100% agree that humanity in general, right? If they don't understand him, but Victor's the whole fucking reason he's a dick, or that he became a dick, or wanted to kill everybody and all that kind of crap, or wanted to kill anybody. was because Victor was just so damn, well, like you said, he was his dad. He treated them exactly like his dad treated Victor. And,
it wasn't
and
just
what happens,
Victor,
kids
though.
become rebellious.
It wasn't just Victor. It was the world, right?
Sure.
The world created it, right?
Yeah, well,
even,
I mean, he looks like a fucking patchwork quilt. I mean, what do you want?
No, but even when this fucking monster has been hiding in a mill where he learns to talk from hearing a family speak, right, and communicate, and he learns all this shit, they leave. The old man stays behind, blinder than hell. And that whole scene, we're like, oh, he's now got a friend. The man can't see him, but he's got a friend. The monster starts, seeing this. Then the fucking wolves attack, and then he gets blamed for it and gets shot at, right?
Yeah.
For doing nothing. He was just convicted just because he was there.
Like, that part frustrated me.
Like, anybody who came in, obviously you got this big ass patchwork looking motherfucker. My grandfather's dead, but at the same time, oh shit, there's corpse of wolves around. What makes sense?
Yeah.
Like, you're still a monster. You're probably gonna get shot at because what the fuck are you? But like, they automatically just, everybody that he liked, loved, or appreciated dies. Everybody
that was willing to see him as more than what he appeared to be. But that, like, and that's the thing that frustrates
me. He's held accountable for all of it too.
Yeah, like, the thing that was the part that frustrated me about that scene, right? Like, I understand that that's part of the novel and you're not going to get rid of it. This need for society to view him one way when he's really not, because the moral of the story is you can't judge a book by its cover, that you create the things that you fear, blah, 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 right? But, like, that bothered me so much. It was like, okay, well, because like you said, it doesn't even make sense. You can clearly see the injuries to the old man were caused by a wolf, and there are dead wolves. Why are we doing this? And then in my mind, I'm like, well, what else could they have done, right? Like, to have this, to move the story forward. But then it was like, you got, at this day and age, you got to come up with something better than mistaken identity, right? Like,
well, hold on,
it was you.
Like, I get it, I agree, but at the same time, I think like this too. If I walked in my house and I saw my wife dead, and there's a random person that looks like a beast standing there, I'm going to fire in the moment. Like, what the fuck? And just start going off, right? Because what else could it be? Then, oh shit, there's a bunch of dead wolves. Maybe I miscalculated that one. Like, my bad. In the moment, though, I found my loved one dead. I'm not thinking like, let me be Batman and be a detective.
In my defense, I did see her dead.
She was dead. There's a random person here. Like, my bad.
I guess because we know it's fake, right? Like, we know it's fake. The story's been told so many times. I wanted more than that. I wanted it to be something more than that. And that's unreasonable because, again, I understand that the plot has to be moved forward. We have to have these moments. I just kind of felt like it should have been something more grandiose. It shouldn't have been mistaken identity. Oh, it was you. Like, clearly there are tears caused by wolves. You hunt wolves. You know exactly what's going on, right? Like,
my thing is, what horrible hunters they are. They were gone for so long and didn't kill any of the goddamn wolves. They all came back to the house. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know. So part of it was, when they saw him in the woods, that was fucking crazy. There's like, what's that? I don't know. Shoot it. Like, you didn't even stop to look. Clearly, it's a person of some kind. What?
No, you're absolutely right. That was weird. You're just like, shoot that thing.
Yeah, he's like feeding the deer and eating the berries, and he like stands up, and they're like, "Oh shit, shoot it!"
And so it's not like he was like right next to him where they could have seen him all messed up. It was a distance away.
Yeah. Right. Like, that part made no sense to me, but in foreshadowing, made sense to why they shot first, asked questions later at the house. Because as soon as they walk in the house, they're like, "Oh, it's the same guy. Shoot him! He didn't die." And then they're, he's walking down the path trying to get away from them, and they're still up on him, but they don't go near him. They just kill him and then they walk away.
So weird.
So I don't know, very weird. I mean, I know it had to be there to transition into him waking up and saying, you know, I don't know how long I was dead for, this, that, whatever, in order to start into, you know, the darker parts of his story. But yeah, I never understood that part either, really. Like, I mean, I did, but I didn't. I guess to Psycho's point, yeah, like every adaptation of him meeting the old man is just him meeting the old man, and then somebody being like, you know, like, oh, you're a monster, and then he runs away. It just happened to be in this one that he gets, again, it was mistaken identity, and he gets shot. Because in every other one, they come in, they scream because they're the, you know, the old man can't see him, but everybody else can. And then
that wolf battle, though, man,
that was fucking legit.
He threw one through a fireplace. He just like bear hugged another one until it broke its back. And I'm like,
skin the one. He grabs it and just pulls the skin off of it,
and then throws it. I'm like, this is such a badass. And then he kills the one like over his head and drops it. And then the other wolf's like, you know what? We're out. That's enough. We're gone.
Yeah, you know, these hunters are about to be here, and we just don't want to be here for that. So
yeah,
we're just gonna let you guys go.
He's not dying, guys. We're in over our heads here.
Is anybody a werewolf? No? All right, we're out.
I mean, there was, like I said, there was a lot in this movie I did enjoy. And I'm glad they didn't separate them into two movies. Because I feel like if they did separate them into two movies, the second movie would have possibly not been made. Because I can't see if they did just Victor's story as a standalone, that it would have gotten the positive reviews it got enough to where the second one people are like, oh, I'm gonna go see that because now it's gonna be even better. You know what I mean?
So they did that already. They tried that with the movie Victor Frankenstein, and that movie, I like it for, you know, some of the graphics of it, but that's about it. The movie itself, and they get to the end with the monster, I'm just like totally disgusted with everything that built up to that. It was just like, wow, you took what could have been a great ass movie. You could have just told the story of Victor, stopped it before the monster, before making the monster, and that was graphic. And it was a graphic enough movie. You could have stopped it there, and that would have been awesome. A great way to stop it. And then if you wanted to make a movie just called The Monster, you could, and that could have been the case. But and ironically, the dad from the father of Victor and Guillermo del Toro is the same father in the movie Victor Frankenstein.
He did that on purpose. Because
really?
Afterwards, earlier today, I read a bunch of background information on it. He did that on purpose. He wanted that connection. But there were also some other interesting things. You brought up the 90s, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and Del Toro believed that script that was written for that film by Frank Darabont was the most perfect script for a Frankenstein movie that could ever be created. But that during filming and then during post-production, the movie got shifted wildly away from all the beats that the script had. And that's kind of why it led to it being different. But I also thought it was interesting that for years, Del Toro was expecting Andrew Garfield to play the monster. Like the monster was designed and written for Andrew Garfield to play it. And it wasn't until right before filming, when Andrew Garfield had another commitment that he couldn't get out of, that they had to change it. And Del Toro was recommended this guy who actually played the monster, and met him and was like, all right, this could probably work. But that whole role had been written and visualized for Andrew Garfield.
Really? I can't picture that.
I can't picture that either.
But to be fair, with all the makeup, I have no idea who the actor was that played him. So when it comes to movies like that, I don't care who the actor is, as long as they portray it right. Like looks wise, it you wouldn't have been able to know it was Andrew. I would assume if they did the similar type of makeup, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it would have been obvious that was him.
Yeah. I will say the chick they had play Elizabeth, whew, God bless her.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, but like I said, I mean, I was not mad at the movie. I was I did not know how long it was. I didn't look to see how long it was. So I'm sitting there watching, like, all right. And then it's like, oh, the creature's tail. I'm like, okay, so how long? I'm like, oh shit, I got like another hour and shit. Fuck, I'm not finishing this tonight. God damn
I got
it.
school tomorrow. So if you have you watched either of you watched the original De Niro Mary Shelley's Frankenstein? Neither
No.
one of you?
No.
Okay. You need to watch it.
No, I'm good.
Okay. No, you need to watch it. So the only thing about that movie that I find absolutely just annoying as shit is when De Niro finally talks as the monster. And I'm just like, what am I watching? Like fucking Casino? Like it's bad because he can't, De Niro can't break character with his voice, his accent. He just, I don't know what it is. Whenever they cast him in something, he can't break that New York cabbie talk. And so, you know, when you're sitting here listening to him be the monster, he's like, well, whose hands are these? You know, is this some guy? Was it another guy who read a book? Was it a guy playing the flute? I don't know. You put him on me. Like, it's so bad, dude. It's like, it was a really bad impression. I'm just saying. But if you watch the movie, you'll be like,
all I'm
shit.
picturing right now is like the creature asking if he can be milked because he has nipples. That's all I'm hearing. And I'm good.
I have nipples, Victor. Can you milk me?
Yeah, I'm good. Don't need to watch that.
So it is wild though. So like with the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the remake, and I'm not hurting anything to tell you guys this, it's just the movie. But when you go back and you watch it, yeah, it's graphic for the time. But when the monster is hunting Victor and demanding, same thing, right? Demands a companion. Well, that's the only two movies where Frankenstein's ever done that. The old Frankenstein didn't demand anything. They just, some other guy said, we're going to make him a bride. And of course, that was the whole point of Bride of Frankenstein. But in the newer adaptations, the two of them, when he's talking to Victor, he's like, you will make me a bride or wherever. And he's like, I will not. I'm not making you, I'm not making another abomination or whatever. And he literally says to him, it's probably one of the best lines in the whole movie. He says, deny me my wedding night and I will be with you on yours. And I was like, "Ooh, bitch!" So, of course, on the wedding night, they're like, go be with your wife or whatever. So Victor goes upstairs to be with Elizabeth, which is his sister in the movie, by the way. So he goes upstairs, which I guess wasn't uncommon back then, but he goes upstairs to be with her.
Or in Alabama,
right? And when he goes upstairs, the door's locked. He can't get in. Well, of course, the monster's in there. So he's holding her like by the neck and he hasn't done anything to her. And he's just standing there looking at her. And as soon as he opens the door, he looks over at Victor and then he just puts his fist through her fucking chest and is holding her fucking heart on the other side.
I can get down with that.
And then throws her to the ground and he takes off. Well, then, of course, Victor's like, oh, shit. So guess what he does? Fucking makes her brings her back to life. And oh man, it's fucking wild. The last like 20 minutes of the movie, you're just like, what the fuck just happened? But that's
the Branagh film.
That's what?
The Kenneth Branagh film from the 90s.
It's in the 90s. I can't remember who directed it, but yeah, it's worth a watch. It's probably free on Prime or something, but it starts the same way. The opening scene is they find Victor wandering through the Arctic, that ship, the expedition, and they bring him on the boat and they're talking to him and he's like, do you have weapons? He's like, of course we have. He goes, you must get all the weapons you can. You must, this and that, whatever. And he's like, he will come for me. And it was like, who's he? And he's, of course, then he tells the tale. He tells the story of everything. And it starts out, doesn't start out where Victor's like a child. It starts out where it's him, it's Elizabeth, some blonde chick, I don't know who she is. And then they call him Willie, but he's the small, he's like the brother in the newer one, right?
Okay.
But he's just considerably younger than Victor. And then, of course, the mother dies, giving birth to another kid, of course, just like in the other one. The father has no resentment. There isn't any of that.
So,
go ahead.
One thing, just to keep on the topic of the actual movie that we watched,
Yeah.
I was really not a fan of the visual or the look of the monster.
Really?
And that's just because what you picture Frankenstein to be over all these years. The stereotypical Frankenstein that we know, big lunky guy, bolts in the neck, like that imagery of Frankenstein is what's always in my head. This guy, he looks like he's a fucking look like a homeless man that was made out of patches, like Sally from fucking Nightmare Before Christmas, and just a male version of her. Like it didn't. Like I said, it's a nitpick just because of what I picture Frankenstein to be over all these years of what
Sure
your imagery of Frankenstein is. He looked nothing like it.
I'll agree with you that his stereotype wasn't there.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, because that's what I would call it, a stereotype.
Because
Because
lack of a better word.
well, I mean, our stereotype the
classic imagery of him. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, that's all there is. Yeah, like, and honestly, it's the one that's lasted the longest because the black and white one, he honest to God looks like Beastman from Motu. That was their understanding of what Frankenstein looked like. Even though Mary Shelley wrote it totally differently in the book, that wasn't the adaptation they first put on film. And then, of course, after that, it's bolts in the neck, right? Which is what it's like in her book. But I feel like the way Del Toro did him, I have no problem with, because they showed the way he was constructed. And so I was fine with it. It's all dead flesh. You showed all this dead flesh that's being stitched together. I feel like they're showing, and maybe it just wasn't as raw as it should have been, but I felt like they were showing just how brilliant Victor, as a surgeon, Victor was. Because the other adaptations of Frankenstein, like the Mary Shelley one from the 90s, when he's putting this guy together, this motherfucker looks sewn together. And I guess that's that gritty, it's a dead body, you sew it together. That's what we have at the time. That's as brilliant as you're going to be. So right. I guess this newer one is probably just much more polished than people probably wanted. But I was fine with it. I had no problems with the way he turned out, with the way he walked and moved and everything later, the way he towered over everybody.
That was all fine. It was just his appearance. It was just, and the Four Horsemen, they did a Frankenstein figure, and one of the heads it comes with has like the long hair, much more that style look. So like, it's not like it's an uncommon look. It's just not what I was expecting for Frankenstein, because like I said, it's the classic imagery of Frankenstein. I was expecting something like that, maybe updated, more realistic looking, not that exact type of image, but something along those lines. And they kind of veered completely away from that, from like the classic look. But it didn't affect the movie. It just was a
Is the visual one the bigger box set one?
Which one?
Is it the bigger looking box set one?
So the Four Horsemen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bigger box set. It comes with like his table and stuff.
Okay, so that's the one that you and Johnny both have it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like on the box, he's dead center, and then the sides are everything else.
Yeah, so he's built bigger. He's not as lanky as the one in the movie was, but he's got the long hair and everything for that same type of visual.
I know which one it is because I think I like it.
Yeah, you liked it when you saw it. The Figura Obscura Frankenstein.
Yeah, I was trying to see if there was the box. Yeah. I like that one. Okay, yeah, cool. So I had one other thing I thought was weird, and I don't know if again, three times I've watched the movie and I don't understand it still. So when he's talking about he wants the conductors to be pure silver, conducts better, and he's going to screw them in. You remember that part where the guys before they start fighting, and he's screwing them in. So how the one of them it bends at the end? Nobody.
But what about it?
What was the point of that? Because did it affect anything?
It didn't need to.
Well, yeah.
You mean the one he was screwing in? How it bent?
Element in a detail.
Well, because my thought process was they made it a point to show that it was bent, right? And then he holds it up and he's looking at it. So like he's acknowledging, oh shit, this bent. So I would have thought there would have been something that would have, you know what I mean? Something extra that would have happened with that. Like this bent, and it's because that bent and it wasn't the right signal, this happened. You know what I mean? So I guess I didn't understand what, maybe I'm overthinking it. What was the point behind that detail?
But you're talking about the part that he was like screwing into the bottom right before they started fighting? Because he's like, if we lose that one, we're gonna be screwed. And then they don't. So that was interesting. So what you're saying with that, but then he drops Victor, not Victor, but he drops the other guy, throw him, he tries to help him, but he falls. The thing he had that we can't lose that falls as well. But then they don't really show anything else after that about getting that and what that did, like why that was so important.
Well, he had to go down. He goes down and gets it because he brings it back up.
Yeah, he looks at it and he sees them, but like they don't show anything else. Yeah.
Right. The top of it is bent though. Like when you look at it, instead of being like a bullet, it's supposed to open properly. When this actually opens up, the one is bent in. You know,
but it seems to not make a difference, or they don't show it make a difference. Maybe there's a cut scene or something.
I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, I thought this would have meant more. You know what I mean? Like I thought maybe, something happens and the current's not there, so he's trying to hold it or something. You know what I mean? Something. I don't know.
Oh, a very Doc Brown moment. Like, oh my God, I gotta get up there and.
Yeah, honestly, a very Doc Brown moment. I mean, that part was weird enough when he's climbing the tower, the freaking concrete tower, to go up and put the first one on top, and I'm like, you didn't think to do that before the storm got here? now you're climbing 20 feet in the air with no rope and just a pair of gloves. Nah, you'll be fine. You're not gonna.
He needs a rope. He's a scientist. He's a genius.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm sure you got a hoverboard or something.
It's a movie I'll definitely watch it again, because I feel like it, like Psycho said, even though he said, oh, because I was sick, but I feel like it's one of those movies you watch a second time, you'll catch other things that you missed along the first round.
Third time, and I'm still seeing shit.
I was just trying to say, because that's absolutely true. I was just trying to say, I know I missed stuff because the sound was low and I couldn't hear everything, and I was not thinking enough to turn the freaking subtitles on, which I probably should have done. I don't know.
I just want more monster, right? Well, no, now you've got him wandering to Antarctic, right? Like, he pushed the boat off. He's now out there just wandering. I want to see more. I want to see something more of that. His adventures after this story. Like,
they never do tell you what happens to him ever.
Because he can't freeze, apparently, right? Like, he just is just wandering. Does he become the Yeti? Like, what's going on? I want to know.
It doesn't say he can't freeze. It says he can't die, right? Like, he could.
Well, I mean, he fell in freezing waters and kind of climbed out like, fuck you, I'm not frozen. Like,
well, so the understanding is that he fell into the water. He couldn't come back up anywhere. So he obviously, I don't know if he swims or what, but he walked until it got to the point where he could get back up on land.
Right, I was saying, but like that's freezing. Like, he should have been like getting almost like a popsicle at some point, coming out of the water at least. Like,
yeah,
he just like brushed it off. Like, nope, I'm here. Can't swim. I walked through the water, but here I am. I'm back, bitches.
He's about a mile away. He's like, seriously?
Come on, guys.
The ladder pulled. Oh, come on, guys, let me up. I would tell you, if you want a great comparison, just for story, just for context in general, go watch the 1991. It's only like, I think it's an hour and like 35, 40 minutes or something. But it's a good movie. It is a good watch. It's hard to watch De Niro as the monster. But I don't feel like at least he's in it. I guess he is in it quite a bit. I don't know. You got to watch it. It's been a while since I've seen it. I know it pretty well, but it's been a while since I've seen it.
I mean, so the one thing this does makes me want, and the other night on Drinks and Toys, Travis, right? He was on. And he said it that he thinks that his favorite, but he wanted like a really good Wolfman, right? Maybe this could bring a good Wolfman adaptation from like the original. Bro, I think it's time for them to do a new Creature from the Black Lagoon. Like, when's the last time there was an actual Creature movie?
Yeah.
Like, I think we can do that. Like, my favorite creatures from, Monster Squad. That's besides the point. But like, I think it's time for that because that's like my favorite Universal monster. What the fuck is that?
That's De Niro as the monster.
No, I understand what that. I'm just saying, like, what the fuck is that? Like,
I'm telling you, dude. Like, you can't not see it.
Like, it looks like he just got older in Taxi Driver. Like,
I mean, it's crazy, dude. I mean, like I don't know. Like here you go. I mean, here's.
It's it. Like that. Looking at that, I don't see anything that would be like, oh, classic imagery of Frankenstein. That's who that's supposed to be.
Right.
If you showed me De Niro, like, who is he? I would have been like, a fucking zombie? Like,
other than all the stitching and the craziness here, I mean, the only thing that really makes him look like he's dead. I mean, this one particular thing, this is when he first is alive. And you can definitely see, like, the red. So, obviously, it's fresh, right?
Right.
It's freshly put together, I guess you could say. And then, obviously, as you get further into the movie, he's not. In fact, this is the scene where he's talking to.
Like, for somebody who is dead and sewn together, Deadpool's got more scars than him. Like,
I mean, it's.
Well, I mean, in the De Niro movie, isn't he really, like, not sewn together?
No, he's stitched. Everything's stitched.
Because I thought, and I have not seen the entire movie. Excuse me, but I thought in the De Niro movie, the body is the guy who killed his friend, and the brain inside the body is the brain of the friend. I thought that was like that it wasn't that De Niro wasn't pieced together. He was essentially the body of the murderer with the brain of the friend.
So I'm pretty sure he has to add a leg, if I remember the movie correctly. I think when he drops him, I think the leg breaks off or some shit, so he has to put a leg back on. I thought the brain got damaged. I don't think he put that brain in. I think he wanted to put the brain into the body. I don't remember if he did or didn't, quite frankly. Now I have to go back and watch it. But this scene right here, you see where it's like, looks like he's bent over.
Right.
So that's a costume De Niro's wearing, that whole rubber thing there.
I'm glad it's not him naked.
They are actually wrestling in petroleum jelly.
Oh.
Okay. Here's the fucked up part. See, like, the stitching here in the back?
Uh-huh.
That was the zipper for the suit, and it kept ripping in the scenes. So, like, they're trying to hold each other. He's honest to God trying to pick up De Niro. Like, that's supposed to be the scene. Like, he's trying to pick him up because, he can't walk or anything yet. So he's trying to hold and pick up De Niro. Well, as he's doing it, they're slipping in petroleum jelly, and De Niro's suit is ripping. I did 5 or 6 or whatever, maybe more takes of it, because I remember the interview when they're talking about it. And then, of course, as he's freaking out about what he fucking did, De Niro staggers backwards and basically, like, it looks like he almost gets hung. Like, these chains just wrap around him and something gets kicked. It's really freaking weird. And then the chains lift the body up into the air, and now De Niro's just hanging from, like, the fucking rafters. And it's wild, man. You gotta check it out. It's worth watching, at least, just to say you did. I'll have nightmares. It'll be fun.
I don't know about that. So
that's good shit.
So before we wrap this up, because obviously I've got a fucking early day tomorrow. Anything else either one of you guys want to touch on as it comes to Frankenstein 2025?
Not really.
Would you recommend it, Psycho, to somebody to watch?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I plan to watch it again, just so I can get the parts that I missed. But I mean, I wouldn't tell somebody not to watch it.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. I know Tony will recommend it to everybody because he's fucking orgasmic for this movie.
I think it's a great movie. I think it's very well done. I don't have anything really
Didn't it?
negative to say about it. I'm excited to watch. There's that new Dracula movie, but I haven't watched yet.
Like I said, my main negativity was just the fact of what you said, and I think what you said a little too literally. And so when it just wasn't, I'm like, what the fuck? Enjoyed the shit out of it still, but I was like, God damn it, I got suckered into a fucking Victor story again. Fuck me.
Goddamn musicals.
I didn't realize they had a new Dracula.
Yeah, so it's along the lines of like the Bram Stoker Dracula. Yeah, I gotta look.
Because I know they did The Bride, but apparently,
Oh hell no! I refuse to watch that movie.
Okay, calm down, tits.
No, man. I think it looks like an abomination of Christ.
Well, I haven't seen a trailer for it. I just saw that they did one. So, you remember I asked you earlier, like, did this have to do with that? Like, did they cross? And you're like, I don't know. And I'd never even looked up the trailer for either of them.
I guess is it Dracula 2025? I thought it was 20. No, I guess it is.
Or it came out already? All right.
Yeah, I thought it was 2026. No, it is 2026.
Okay.
Dracula. 2026.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, it's like the story.
That's it. I figured it out. They've
What?
got Frankenstein. They're going to do Dracula. There's a Mummy movie coming. The Mummy movie, right? Which apparently is just a Evil Dead movie. So all they need is a good Wolfman movie and a Creature movie. Then after that, they all assemble like an Avengers movie, and it really just be Monster Squad.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. The Dracula movie.
Hear me out. It'd be awesome.
It's centered around Dracula, like right before he's Dracula. So basically, all about Vlad.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But no, I'm saying just build it up. Now you've got the 5 monsters in their own movies. And in the future, which would be present time for us, they come together, Monster Squad. The remake that we all want. No? Nah. Well, you guys suck. I can hope and dream.
We'll go with that.
I mean, I wouldn't say no if it happened. I just think the likelihood of it happening is slim to none.
I thought Monster Squad was like where that black couch and then the girls in the front.
Wow. No, not at all.
No, must have been a different Monster Squad.
Jesus.
I had to pay to watch that one.
Have you actually ever seen Monster Squad?
Yes, I have. Sorry.
Okay. Just making sure. Maybe it missed you. Like, whew, I was worried for a second there. All right. So then with that, gentlemen, thank you for coming out and partaking in this conversation of a movie.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Had a good time.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend anybody. Fucking, we had like 3 viewers today. Like, where the fuck's everybody at? But recommend people watch it. It's definitely a fun watch. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. Tony, you got plugged for next week?
Sorry, I'm watching one of the cats hunt something.
Probably a ghost.
I don't know anymore, dude. She's trying to eat it. I think it's a spider.
Oh,
good cat. Yeah, well. Ew, she ate it. She honestly got. Oh.
Well, no, she got spider breath.
God, I hope it wasn't like poisonous or something.
They're venomous. It's different.
Whatever.
No, completely different, but okay.
Oh, God. Anyway, no, I don't really have a topic right now. I know there's been a lot of talk about the new Motu figures that came out. I did see those.
I saw a Pixel Dan review of Trapjaw.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see that yet, but I did see people posting about them. Again, there's that Scare Glow that I'm looking for. So if Target's just now putting them out, then we probably have a chance to get it. I know that
I thought the Scare Glow was Walmart exclusive.
So that's what I thought too. But I'm seeing Chronicle stuff at Target. But is it possible that Scare Glow is just a Walmart exclusive?
That's possible because
like they're both carrying the toys, but
at Target is probably the movie ones that are finally popping up.
Okay. All right. Because it's possible like they're both carrying the lines, but that particular figure is a Walmart exclusive.
Right. Because if you look on the back of it, there's no other figures shown. Like it's just a one-off.
Well, I'm still looking for him. He's got badass reviews, and honestly, if I see them enough of them on shelf, I'm gonna get one for myself and probably open it.
Right.
And then put them out, and then
If you're going
buy
to do
two
that,
more.
we have to have it on Drinks and Toys Live. We have to watch you open it live.
Yep.
That'd be a lot of tears, and it'll be all right.
It'll make good content.
Yeah, but no, that's all I got, man.
All right. Psycho, do you have anything to plug at all? No?
Sleep is good.
Well, feel better, man. You sound like shit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, no,
Well-
I feel that way too.
Well, then I guess we'll leave it there. Thanks everybody for coming out. Enjoy it. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and join us next week when we discuss how anime is just cartoons. Let's
No
go on that
capes.
topic. Huh?
Nothing. I said no capes.
God damn it, you and your capes. Well, till next time, guys. Still.